What's up, y'all? This one should be a quick one today. All we're going to be doing is looking at this absolute mess of wires right here. So the reason my coffee table is covered in soldering stuff and wires is because we are wiring in the EV6 injectors for the marine intake manifold, wiring that into the stock injection system on the 4.3 Vortec wiring harness. I got my flash on because the lighting in here sucks. This side's already wired. I've got the cylinder 5 wired on this side. So I'll talk about how I set these up. This uses EV6 style injectors, and the stock wiring harness comes with spider injection. Now, spider injection is wired like this, with all these wires going into one block, and then the block just plugs into the top of the spider injector. Now, obviously, this isn't going to work. We have to figure out how to wire these pigtails. All right, so there's your EV6 style injector. Here is your pigtail. You're going to have to buy the 6 pigtails to wire into this harness. Pigtails are literally just connectors and 2 wires. Now with injectors, there is not a positive and negative side. It does not matter. You just need positive to one side and ground to the other. If you look inside of this, anything that is a pink wire is your positive side. Anything that is not a pink wire is your neutral or ground. So you don't have to make everything the exact way it was in this connector, but it's nice to do that. Just to clarify, I'm saying you can flip the polarity on injectors. They don't care, but you do have to make sure the pairs are correct. So this is pair for cylinder 1, cylinder 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So for cylinder 6 specifically, this yellow wire can be soldered to either of these injector wires, and then the pink one will be soldered to whichever one's not connected to yellow, but these 2 wires have to go to these 2 on this injector. And for those of you wondering how to get the plug in the right orientation so you don't end up wiring it like backwards, if you compare these supports, so this one, and this one, and compare that to your stock intake manifold, you would know that this is the correct orientation, meaning that it sits like this, and this is cylinder 1 injectors 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I've got all my pigtails plugged in, and the way I have them set is I keep everything in order. So this is gonna be hard to trace, but if we look here, we've got rear wire comes up, that's your rear wire, and it comes down into the harness. And if you look at the plug, that rear wire, which is this one right here, you can see that's tan, and then the positive side is closer to the front. If you look here, with this wired, you got the back one's tan and the front one is pink. That is the exact same way I have this side wired. I've also taped everything together, so this is all one clump leading to this injector. It's mounted above, runs across, and then everything on this side is taped back to this rear one, and they're gonna tape together and go into the harness, and then I'm going to wire loom all of this when we're done. And then I trimmed the driver's side to naturally be shorter because the passenger side has to go across the manifold, and then all this can be loomed together without having a bunch of slop on this side. So just like the rear one, the middle one comes in, the wires are separated front to back. If you pull them out, you've got cylinder 3 here with the flag going forward, meaning this is the most forwardmost wire, and this is the rearmost wire. Same thing with cylinder 1, everything's separated running back. Flag going forward, this is the forwardmost wire, and this is the rearmost wire on cylinder 1 injector. And then if you look, I'll just make sure to keep all these in line. Oh, those are both pink. That's interesting. So yeah, this is super simple. You just clip the lead from this. I leave a little tag in just so I can see the colors and make sure I'm matching everything correct. Clip these to whatever length you want. Strip both ends, twist them together, throw your solder and seal on there, and then heat gun them and should shrink and solder, and you're good to go. So yeah, it's actually a super simple and easy process. For some reason, a lot of people in the forums that do this manifold swap always get really nervous about wiring the injectors. It's stupid easy. The polarity doesn't matter. You just got to make sure the pairs are correct. And if you just do them one by one, like clip cylinder 1 injector wires, solder them together. Clip cylinder 2 injector wires, solder them together. You can't mix them up because even if you flip the wires and polarity wise, it doesn't matter. So super easy. I hope this helped. Y'all have a good rest of your day.